Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Single Parents Podcast, the show that is far from traditional. If you end up enjoying what you see and liking what you hear, consider subscribing to the podcast, sharing the podcast with a friend, and rating the podcast 5 stars on your favorite podcast hosting platforms. That way we can tell those algorithms out there that the show is legit, and it will pass it along to more people. All right, well, here's a little taste as to what you can expect on today's show.
Do you think that single parents have better sex because their time is limited?
All right, everybody, the party has officially started. If you're watching the video version of this, you can see already on your screen. But for the audio listeners, we are here with a brand new season, a brand new era of the SPP. And when I mean we, I do mean we. I'm not just speaking French. I'm talking about the fact that we have our brand new full-time co-host on the show. Give it up for Jessica. Now, if you've been following the show for a little bit, you've already seen Jessica on a couple of times, but we just decided she just kicked so much butt hanging out with us. You guys love her. I think she's great. Her vibes are immaculate. So I was just like, do you want to do this thing with me, like on the regular? Like, I don't know, maybe I was a little like beggy. I was like, please do this with me. I need help.
No, you definitely were not. I was like shocked, like when you were like, let's film this podcast and then I want to talk to you about something after. And I was like, okay, let's see what these vibes are. And you were like, wow, you're just so good at podcasting. And I was like, Anthony,
True.
I'm a star. I'm just
Obviously.
a star, and that's what it is.
Okay, clock it. Wait, so did you have any idea what I was gonna bring up after the podcast recording, and I asked to like speak to you like afterwards?
I feel like I had some sort of idea where you were like wanting to do it more often because
Yeah.
like obviously you interviewed a lot of people, but like when you said, "Oh, I want to have you on the podcast again," I was like, "Oh, okay, like dope. He's going to ask me a couple months from now." And then it ended up being like a week later. And I was like, something's up. He's trying to cook something together.
I was cooking. I'm not gonna lie, I was cooking. No, like long story short, like I just realized that for this show to become what I've always thought it could be, I just knew I needed somebody here on the regular to not make it so much that it's like me talking to the camera or talking to the audience. Like I've always wanted this to be a community, a safe place for single parents or people who just live air quote non-traditional lives to come in and find relationships. And I was just like, I think for that to happen, we just got to make the show more communal. There we go.
Communal. That's the word.
I got there. And I was like having somebody on here who is a fellow single parent, who has those good vibes, who knows social media, who knows how to have a conversation. I got to find that person. And then Jessica showed up and I was like, all right, it's a wrap. And the rest is history, as they say.
I don't know. I've got a really big personality. So honestly, like if I'm truly being my authentic, my unapologetically self, wait, that didn't make sense. Hello?
Apologetically?
Unapologetically myself? I think that's right.
Sure.
Yeah. If I'm unapologetically myself and authentic, I can get real rowdy and crazy. So hopefully like people like it. You know what I mean? Like hopefully it's just not too much, but I don't know. I feel like I'm somewhat of a likable person.
I think so. I think we're gonna see that the people agree with me, and I think this is gonna be huge. We're about to do our big one right now with this whole thing. So thank you for checking out technically the first episode of the new era, the brand new Single Parents Podcast. Jessica is here full time. This is her show just as much as it is mine. She's not a guest. We're doing this thing together. So thank you. And not just us two, but with you all as well. Like I said, I really didn't want this to be a community. So as Troy Bolton said in High School Musical 1, 2, 3, one of those, we're all in this together.
Oh, wait, that's so cute.
Yeah,
Did you just come up with that now, or is that like a thing?
No, I just can't. That was off the dome. That was right
Wow,
off the.
you're so
Yeah,
creative.
I try. But so we're Jessica and I we're having a little business meeting, a little strategy session, a little powwow, and we're thinking about the fact that first episode, maybe we're gonna have some new listeners. Maybe we want people to get to know both of us a little better as we ease into this new era. But as Jessica said, like both of us, we don't like to do things the boring way, the cliche way, the typical way. We didn't want to just do an episode where we just both sit down and, all right, well, so tell me about yourself. What is life like? What's your favorite color? How's
So
your
boring.
kids? Like, we've done that before on the show. Like, you can go listen to us yap about all that stuff in the past. So we were like, what if we did a little get to know you episode, but we did it through the form of asking each other some super messy questions?
Yeah.
What if we
I'm
did
so
like a little
excited.
messy interview, if you will, to where I have a few questions for her, she has a few questions for me. Neither of us prepared each other for these questions, so I don't know what she's gonna ask me. She doesn't know what I'm gonna ask her. We said everything goes. We have the 18 and plus up setting on this podcast, so if you're here and you're a young one, go do your homework. This ain't for you.
Oh my
But
god, I'm scared. I'm scared.
we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So yeah, I guess why don't you go first? You're the new co-host of this thing, so I'm gonna turn it over to you and see what you got.
Okay. I figured I would keep the first one like pretty tame, relating to the single parent thing. I mean, honestly, like all of them relate to parenting in some sort of way, but I was like, you know what? We're just going to keep it somewhat tame, for the first one. We're easing into it. So, my very first question that I have for you, and I could share, my answer after too, because I'm like, wow, it would be fun for me to answer these questions
Okay.
too. But my very first question is, have you ever used your kids as an excuse to get out of something that you didn't want to do?
Oh yes, this is the easy one. All the time.
Okay, tell me stories. Come on, let's
All
go. Story
the
time.
time. Okay, so let me think. What is gonna be the last example? I don't know. I just have how do I say this? We're just gonna go on. We're just gonna go for it. We're just
Go
gonna.
for it.
I just know a lot of people who like to invite me to a lot of different things because I'm very
Mhm.
social. I know how to walk into a room, schmooze the crowd, all this sort of good stuff.
Wow, you're so popular.
I try. I try my best. I try my best. But there's just times where I just don't want to go and be the center of attention, be the fun, cool guy, because the people who are going to be there, they're just like, it would be a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of backpacking, if you will,
Yeah.
to carry the party. Because I know, like, the people there, their vibes, they're cool people, love them, nice people, but they're not exactly the vibes, the cool people like that. And so, like, I assess, like, how do I feel today? Do I feel like showing up and being the face of the show, or do I not feel like doing all that heavy lifting? And I'll just be like, well, if I don't, then I have a built-in excuse. My kids have some sort of sport, or they're sick. That's always a go-to one. That's an easy one to kind of throw out because kids are always getting germs and infected and stuff like that. Or they're in trouble. I don't know, something like that. But that's one of the best reasons to have kids, in my opinion, is that you always have a built-in excuse. You always have a reason. I'll give you another juicier one to kind of set the tone for maybe the rest of our conversations. So I was had a fun night with this lady friend who came over. Good times, good times. But
Was it
I
actually a good time though? Like if you were to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, was it actually a good time?
was better the second round. I'll just say that. The first round was like, it's all right. It's all right. Second round was better.
Okay.
It averaged out.
Okay.
But I knew this might be bad, but I knew I just didn't really want to have like a morning guest. I didn't want to like have someone
No.
lingering
Never.
around the whole morning and talk about, do you want to go get food or coffee or sit? Like I was just like, I got
No.
stuff to do. Like so I was like, oop, use that built-in excuse. Hey, so just so you know, in the morning, like I gotta jet out of here pretty early because I gotta go pick up my kids and do this and that with my kids from wherever they were, their moms or something like that. And so once the sun peaked up over we have mountains here, over the mountains, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I gotta go pick up the kids. And then she's like, okay, and she left. And then I did, like, I don't know, maybe I went and got something, or I just did a lap in my car, came home, went back to bed, and then got on with the rest of my mornings.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
That's
that's so
me.
funny. And I like don't do the sleepovers ever. Like
Yeah.
we are not having a sleepover unless like I really, really, really like you
Oh, okay.
or we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like a one night thing, like and if you're at my place, I'm gonna be like, I'm tired, I need to go to bed. I think it's time for you to go. Like I'll just be like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's that time, like I'm really tired. And usually like they get the hint. Otherwise they'll be like, yeah, I'm tired, it's time for you to go.
Right.
Or it's like when you're at, like, somebody's house
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "Oh, I have to, like, get home to my child," or whatever, and the other thing is, like, anytime that I use this excuse, it's
Okay.
like when a guy reaches out to me and he's like, "Oh, can I take you out?" or, "Hey, let's hang out," or, "Hey, let's do this," and I'm like, "No, like, I need a babysitter," and, like, like I'm like, "No, I need a plan for it." Like, if they're trying to do it last minute, I'm like, "No, I need a babysitter." Like, I can't do it last minute. And then when they're like, "Oh, let's plan something," I'll be like, "Okay, let's plan something." And then I'll be like, "I couldn't find a babysitter," but like, I didn't even try.
Ooh.
I didn't even try because, like, I don't know. And then eventually, when I keep saying no because
Yep.
I can't or I ignore them, like, they should just get the hint, honestly. Like,
Should get the hints. Yeah, because as they say, if the other person wanted to, they would. So, like, I
exactly.
would get the hint. I would be like, well, she really wanted to go hang out. Like, I'm sure she would make it work with a sitter. But the fact that she says, like, oh, I can't, like, okay.
Well, the thing is like, I definitely would,
Mm-hmm.
like, if I actually wanted to. Like,
Yep.
I'll do it for my friends. Like, it's so funny. My best friend and I were just talking about not long ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. We were talking about how like you need to get back on like inconveniencing yourself to show up for your friends. Like if it's their birthday or something like that, like
Yeah.
you should be inconveniencing yourself to show up for that or something like that. Or like if it's somebody that you truly like or you see potential with or whatever, like inconvenience yourself. Come on. But if it's somebody that you're not that interested in, then you're just like, "Oh, sorry, I've got something going on with my kids. So
Yep.
I just can't do it." But
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's a nice reason, excuse to always have in your back pocket, because you're not gonna really seem like a big jerk for saying, "Hey, I have to do something to take care of my kid." So, like, your reputation's still locked and sealed. And you know what? Sometimes stuff actually does happen with your kids, and so,
yeah, that's true.
like, we're not always lying. It's just sometimes stuff just happens, but sometimes we just don't really want to go or deal with it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like too tired because I'm like
Yeah.
doing too much and I'm like, I actually just have to say no to this. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I'm being honest, but not always.
Not always.
So
No. No.
anyway,
Good
you can
question.
ask me
Good
a question.
question. All right, let me ask you what. Oh, I know my first question. My first question for you is, what would you say is your biggest red flag about yourself, or red flags about yourself?
My biggest red flag that I could think of, I mean, I just have so many, honestly.
All right, let's go through
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm kidding. Well, like, biggest red flag. This sounds like bad. Like, this is like me hating on myself. This is not the one I'm gonna focus on, but I think like biggest red flag is that I like have a child pre like marriage and stuff like that. Like, not everybody's cup of tea. So that's like my biggest one, but we're gonna skip past that
Hmm.
because power to the single parents. But I think my biggest red flag is that I'm just a bitch.
Okay. Okay.
I am just a bitch, honestly, like, because I don't really care about hurting your feelings.
Sure. Hmm.
I think, like, that's just the biggest thing is like, I will tell it to you straight. And it's just so hard because, like, I have this certain mindset of how things should be done. And, like,
Okay.
because I don't know. I feel like I have great qualities instilled in myself when it comes to like parenting and working and taking care of other people and friendships and relationships. Like, I feel like I have these good things, and like when somebody else doesn't meet those same standards or have the same
Right.
priorities as me, I'm just like, you're not doing good enough.
Hmm.
Like, and so I'm
Fair.
just like a bitch, honestly. That is, it's my biggest red flag. Like, I'm gonna
Hmm.
be like, why aren't you doing this? Or, and I'll call people out, and sometimes I don't know. I get called bossy sometimes because I'll just tell you, like, okay, you need to be putting this way. But
Hmm.
for me, like, that just seems like a normal thing, a common thing to, I don't know, fold your towel up and put it on the counter or whatever. Like, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But to me, those are typical things, but not to everybody. So, biggest red flag for myself would just be that I'm a bitch and bossy. So,
Has people told you that directly before, like specifically use the word bitch to your face, or is that like your own self-assessment?
no, that's just my own self assessment, honestly.
Okay.
Um, People have called me bossy though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like talked about it with my cousin because we're both very type A
Hmm.
and we like things a certain way. And so my cousin is married and
Okay.
she's like, "Oh, do you think I boss around my husband too much?" And I'm like, I mean, if that's just like how your relationship dynamic is and
Right.
he's okay with it, then no, it's literally fine,
Yeah.
because my cousin says
Hmm.
that every man needs to be trained at least a little bit and you need to be guided to like the right thing. Maybe not
Hmm.
every man, but that's just
Yeah.
what she says. And now she's in this successful marriage and
Okay.
everything. So, yeah, we talk about how both of us are like a little bit bossy. And I don't know if it's the Italian in us. I'm not
Oh,
really
sure.
sure, but I'm pretty hard headed, pretty opinionated. So people have definitely told me that I'm bossy. So, but it's whatever. I don't know. I guess does it count if my brothers call me a bitch?
Well, no, because I'm sure they're just gonna think that regardless, right?
Yeah, I mean they say like the most terrible things to me, but it's like funny for us. And
Yeah.
sometimes my mom gets really emotional when
Uh,
she hears like my brother saying something to me and I'm like, "Barbie, this is just it's a joke. Like I am not affected by this. I've been dealing with this for 28 almost 29 years
yep.
and it
Yep.
it ain't nothing to me now." Ready for your next question?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, this is when it gets a little bit spicier.
Yeah. Let's
Now I'm
go.
adding the
Let's
seasonings,
get
the
it.
salt, the pepper, the paprika.
Bring the heat.
Okay, okay. Have you ever,
Hmm.
like, how do I word this? I think I need to give a little bit of background. Like,
Okay.
maybe some girl that you're talking to also has a child,
Yeah.
and it's around the same age as your daughters. And she's like, hey, we should get together for a play date.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a play date turn into a play date?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Oh, I can. Oh, wait. Let me think about that. No. No.
Wait, why do you have to think about it? What
Just
has something actually
a...
turned into something?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. I'm just trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. No, no, because I don't. Yeah, I'm right. I know I am second guessing myself. I don't have play dates. I don't do that stuff when I have my girls. So for me, if you don't know, my schedule is week on, week off, kids for a full week, no kids for a full week. And I just very good at like blocking off that week I don't have my kids for anything that I want to do for myself, including having that
Your
fun
adult
adult
play
time.
dates?
Yes, yes. And then when I have my girls, like I'm focused on them. And I think it'd be different if because I think you asked me this before. In an episode that hasn't come out yet, but it will eventually. So you'll hear me talk about the fact that I am like the master of like situationships. So like I haven't really had like a relationship in a hot minute just because I don't know, maybe I just need more therapy or something like that.
Oh,
So,
BetterHelp? Where are
or
you? Is
BetterHelp,
anybody
yeah,
from BetterHelp?
sponsor.
Yeah,
Hey, new
BetterHelp, if
podcast
you're
alert.
listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here. Our email is open, thesingleparentspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Um,
little plug.
but no, I saw since I'm so situationshipy, it's really easy for me to be like, okay, well, we'll hang out when I don't have my girls, and then I focus on my girls. I think it'd be different if I actually felt far along enough or even comfortable enough with somebody to like have my girls around in that capacity to where
Yeah.
even they knew like, oh, this is dad's friend or dad's girlfriend or something like that. So I think mentally, I guess to like really get into the weeds of stuff like this, mentally, I'm not the type of person who can just jump into that like at a second's notice, if especially if my kids are around. Like
Oh, yeah.
mentally, I have to be in a spot like, okay, like again, like the vision, like the plan, like, hey, this is we're hanging out tonight and it could go this certain direction and that's cool. But I'm just not the type of I've never really been the type of guy or the type of person who's like, all right, are the kids watching a movie? Okay, cool. Let's like run into the bedroom right now and let's get something off real quick. Like, again,
Oh
maybe if I was
god.
in a
That is
relationship or if I was married, but I just haven't really had
that's
that
just not
urge
the
in a
right
long
time to
time.
do it. It's like when the kids are asleep, like that is just the only time.
See, yeah, even I guess even that, I just haven't really been in that situation to where I've even had to like navigate that. It's just been really easy for me to be like, okay, cool. This is adult time and this is dad time. And it's going to be interesting when, if I do have to like start navigating that and I actually do meet somebody or feel like in a relationship enough where those two sides of my life do start mixing in a little bit. But for right now, nope. I got my
I
own
wanna
secret life.
Yeah, can I ask like a follow-up
Yeah.
question actually?
Hmm.
Because I'm like, maybe you just don't always like encounter. I'm thinking about myself and how I just don't even encounter like other single dads, honestly. Like I just don't really ever encounter them, especially out in the wild or
Yeah.
maybe sometimes on dating apps. But when you bring your daughters to school sometimes,
Hmm.
do you have your eye on another mom that might be there?
Let me think. Yeah, there's times when that happens. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
times, there's times, cause I, uh, I always like appreciate a beautiful woman. I'm just like baddie, 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 and my eyes just like
Isn't any
my,
guy like that
my
though?
yeah. I'm just a dude, right?
I feel
I'm
like all
just a
guys are
dude.
like that.
I'm just a dude. But
I'm
yeah.
like that, okay? I'm a girl and I could be like,
Oh,
she's
really?
hot, she's hot.
Okay, okay. So we'll have to like compare notes sometimes for girls that we
7
see.
out of 10 or 9 out of 10?
But yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate a beautiful mom. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I just need more therapy, more life coaching to actually make those relationships turn into something to where a lot of that overlap happens. I don't know. What's your answer to that question? That's a good question though.
Uh, well, the thing is that I just never really encounter single dads, so I've never been like, "Hey,
Oh.
let's have our kids meet," because, like, I don't know, I had been on the apps before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I had matched with maybe, like, a few other single dads,
Mm-hmm.
but they just weren't really, like, my type that much, and I didn't really feel a true connection with them.
Okay.
So I was like, I would never, like, pursue actually meeting them in person or going on a date.
Yeah.
And also, like, the thing is having somebody around my son is a really big deal. And I don't
Yep.
want it to, I don't know, like, especially if it's somebody that I'm trying to date. Like, I don't want it to be like, all right, let's be friends and have our kids together and like kind of date each other at the same time. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
would much rather get to know you and like fall in love with you outside being a parent and having like our children be involved.
Right.
But yeah, so I've never actually, like, had a play date that turned into an adult play date. I
Yeah, I
was
don't think
just,
I have either. I
yeah.
yeah, I'm same way. Like it's tricky for me sometimes. And maybe I keep saying this, maybe like I use this as an excuse. So better help, please call me. I need the help.
Yeah.
But it's always been since I got divorced, what, 7, 8 years ago. Me and my girls. Like I haven't, because I haven't actually had like a serious relationship where they were around me and another woman to that capacity. It's always just been us for the most part. And there's been some exceptions. Like there's been times where a girl I was talking to had kids around the same age as my kids, and they knew each other before we started talking, so they found out we were talking, and so it kind of just happened because of that, and they
Yeah.
kind of knew, but like we never were like official. And once that didn't work out, my girls were like, man, whatever, not that big of a deal, like go buy us ice cream or something. But for that reason though, like I'm protective and picky, because I know that if slash when I do bring somebody in like that, it's going to be a big adjustment for all of us, and they're probably going to feel a certain type of way about the thought of like, oh, like now all of our attention when we are at dad's house, all of his attention rather, when we're at dad's house, isn't on just us every second of every day. It's now his girlfriend, or his girlfriend and his girlfriend's kids, or whatever. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be a big adjustment. So I think I'm just being like, I think you said this, very like picky and very slow to open that door, and not just do it for the sake of like, cool, there's a hot girl, we're talking, okay, come over and meet my kids, and like let's hang out like after a week.
That is like such a big step, honestly. Like it's just so big to have somebody be around your kid, and especially if like you just don't even see yourself pursuing them
Right, yeah.
truly. It's like why even do it? And also like your girls are older, so they
Hmm.
definitely know what's going on.
Yep.
Whereas my son is still like, "Oh, like just this random person is at the house." Like that's how it
Hmm.
would be unless somebody was around super consistently,
Right.
then, they would probably build some sort of relationship. But other than that, like if somebody's just around once or twice, like I don't even think my son would like realize. But
Sure.
also like I don't want to have weird random people just
Yep.
come into his life. I think I don't know, just it's hard. It's
It's
tough. Like
tough. Yeah, you're right.
dating as a single parent, but like I don't know. Like it just has to be like perfect,
Hmm.
not perfect. It has to be like the right
Yep.
circumstances to
I agree.
actually have something work with, I don't know. And also like, I don't know. I think about like would it be easier to date somebody who already has kids or somebody
Hmm.
who doesn't have kids, because so many people they don't like I mean why I got roasted on TikTok before, like no other man wants to like take care of another man's child or whatever the heck everybody said. I don't know, it's tough.
It is tough. Have you had guys tell you that this is your next question? This is like still follow up. But have you got had men, not on like TikTok, but like real life, tell you like, "Hey, I like you, you're cool, but like I'm not really interested in being a stepdad or being with somebody who has kids." Because to me, maybe it's because I have kids, but to me, like that's never been like an issue. Like I love kids, I'm good around kids. Kids usually like me, so like more Capri Suns for everybody. But
Yeah.
have you had somebody actually say that to your face or text or whatever?
I don't really get out into the wild like much to like meet guys. And even then, like I don't even get into like a deep conversation where I'm like, I have a son, blah blah blah. But
Hmm.
like I think about the dating apps before. I like I don't know, I'm like pretty upfront. Like
Yeah.
I'll on the apps, like I'm like, I have a son, like this is it. And sometimes guys will like pursue me in a way where they just want to like hook up. And then I'm
Yep.
just like, okay, I'm not talking to them. But
Hmm.
usually most of the time I can tell if a guy says like up front like, "Oh, I love kids." Like it doesn't bother me at all. Like some guys, actually a lot of guys do feel that way. Like they would just be like, "Oh, it's no problem for me. Like I love kids." And then there were the ones that were like in a category where they were like, "Do you want to come over tonight? Like let's hang out." And I'm like, "Okay, this is just not the vibe." So like honestly, they just like wean themselves out. But
Okay.
I don't even know if there's ever truly been a time where like a guy is like, "Oh, I'm not interested because you have a kid." Like I usually just don't even give them the time of day because they just keep asking to hook up with me basically.
Yeah, I've had that happen once where I was out with this girl. Was it the first? Yeah. So I was out with this girl and she knew I had kids, because same thing, it's on my dating profile, and it's just, I mean, if you look on my social media, everything I
Yeah.
do, it's
You
like
just
it's
know.
pretty obvious Anthony has
Right.
kids through his brand, if you will. Um
Right.
So it wasn't a surprise. So we were at this date, we're talking, and basically she just said straight up, like, look, I think you're cool, I think you're awesome, like to hang out and hook up and do all this stuff. But like I don't really wanna like hang out when you have your kids. I'm not interested in that. So just basically call me when you don't have your kids and then we can hang out. And like, I know for a lot of guys, they would have heard that and be like, oh, sweet, cool. Like, she just wants to hang out and have fun. Like, cool, that's all I'm
Yeah.
looking for. But like, for me, it did hurt because I felt like I was basically just, I guess, to put it bluntly, like just a piece of meat, right? Like, she just
Yeah.
wanted to hang out, just have fun and use me for that. But like, so much of my identity is being a dad. So like I just
Right.
felt like, well, you're only going to get like parts of me cuz not my whole identity is being a dad, but that's huge and that's a lot of my life right now, especially since my kids are young and live with me. So you're really not going to like really get to know me if you don't even want to engage with that side of myself. You just want the physical stuff and then the shallow stuff when it comes to like what I do for work and what I do for fun. So like it yeah, it hurt, honestly. Like it hurt. And like, I really didn't like pursue anything with that girl because I was just like, I'm not just a piece of meat. I'm not somebody just to call me and want to hook up with. Like I'm hopefully a cool guy and a good dad. And if you don't want to see that side, that's fine. Like that's your preference. That's your boundaries. That's what you want to do. But I would hope that the person I'm supposed to be with wants to see that side of me and get to know that side of me and is attracted to that side of me. So yeah, I've had that
And
happen
they
once.
will.
Yeah.
They will. Like I don't it's not even something that you need to hope for. Like you're just going to know because
Yeah.
that person is going to be like that and just, the losers just, don't let the door hit you on your way out, honestly.
Exactly.
That's just how I feel. I just,
Hmm.
whatever.
All right, you ready for your next question?
Oh, yes, yes.
All right, I'm going to set it up and then I'm going to paint the scene a little bit. We're going to do a little theatrics,
Okay.
a little
Oh my god, I'm
theater,
nervous.
a
I'm
little
nervous.
theater. Okay?
Okay. Oh, I'm a star. Okay, I could
All
act.
right, here we go.
I'm ready.
Okay, we'll act this out. So I'll set it up and then we'll act it out. Okay.
Okay.
So their question is just straight up is what is your biggest ick in a guy? Like the one thing that a guy can do or say that's like nope, automatically out. And what I mean by that is well, okay, so we're going to set the scene. So we just got done with the awesome date. Dinner was great. Drinks were flowing. You were laughing. We were having good banter. We were sharing stories. You were a little giddy. You're twirling your hair. So I walk you to your door after the date and you're like, man, that was so much fun. I'm going to text him. We're going to hang out. Can't wait to hit up the homies and let them know how it goes. And we're standing in front of each other and I'm just like, yes, Jessica, that was a great time. I can't wait to do this again. And you're like, yes, I agree. And then I say or do whatever it is you're about to answer, and you're like, "Ah, I just dried up." to put it vulgarly,
Uh,
I just all it was moist, it was flowing down there, and now it's all
yeah.
dry like a desert.
Oh, okay. Wait, that is like such a tough question. Okay, so I like to think of myself as like somebody who is just not awkward because, like, I like to talk to people. I'm pretty open and honest. Like, so I think at any point when it actually gets awkward, I wish I had a better answer to this. Like, I wish I had a really good, juicy answer, but I just don't really like awkward people. I don't like when they're like awkward. Like, I think about this one time I went on a date with this guy, and I mean, honestly, I didn't really have a good time on the date. Like, he was just not for me. And so at the end, he walked me to my car and he was like, "Oh, okay, so like just let me know when you get home." Like, and then like I was like, "Okay, like is this motherfucker gonna like kiss me? Is he gonna hug me? What's the vibe?" Because like I am the girl. Like I should not have to make the moves or like I just want to like be guided, you know? Like
Okay.
you have to run the show, like
Hmm.
whatever. And I was like, okay, what is this guy gonna do? And He was so far away from me too. Like he wasn't like up close or anything like that. He was so far away and then like leaned in to kiss me and I'm like,
Oh.
"What the fuck was that?"
Oh no.
And he just like walked away like right after. It was like
Wait,
I'm
so
like,
he
"It's
did
so
kiss you like on the lips and just
yeah.
bounce?
It is so weird.
Whoa.
So weird. Like, and I mean, even if he were to listen to this at some point, because I still have him on social media and stuff, like gosh, if he were to listen, whatever. I think he's in a relationship with somebody
Oh,
else
there you
right now,
go.
so it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter.
Yep.
But we used to like have a little bit of a fling in
Hmm.
college,
Okay.
like our freshman year, and then I I guess I must have not liked him that much because then I started dating somebody else. And so our little fling ended, and this was, like, after I was, like, newly a single mom. Like, I
Okay.
had to have been, like, I don't know, 2 months postpartum, and, he was, like, interested in taking me out on a date, and I was like, "Oh my god, first date, like, as a single mom, how is it gonna go?" And he was just a total dud,
Oh.
but that's just, like it is just so awkward when, like, a guy doesn't know what to do, and even if you don't know what to do, you better just act confident because like I feel like I'm a really confident person. So like if you're just like weird,
Okay.
like if the vibes are not there and you try and kiss me or like whatever, like I don't know. Like it is just I don't know. Like you need to like sweet talk me or something. Like really get me
Oh.
in the mood because like
Yeah.
I will definitely have like a fantastic makeout sesh with you,
Yep.
like on the car. Like I would love to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun to me,
Hmm.
but not if like the vibes aren't right. Like if you're not going to like seduce me a little bit and like
Right.
get me ready to like have a nice little makeout sesh and you're just like, okay. Like leave, that is so weird. So weird. So I don't even have like a good answer to the question. It's just like I will dry the heck up if you're just like
Hmm.
awkward and weird and randomly try and kiss me when like the opportunity is not there, honestly. That's it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So, is there like a big distinction in your eyes between like a guy who's like nervous versus like a guy who's awkward?
You could tell, like, I don't know, because I feel like there can be somebody is nervous and you could
Yeah.
tell, but I also can tell when somebody is just they're nervous, but they're all also just an awkward
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can make somebody comfortable. I really can. You
Sure.
know, I could tell stories like I'm a really easy person to get along with and I don't feel like I make things awkward at all. So like if you're awkward and uncomfortable the whole date for like an hour, hour
Oh,
and a half, however long
right.
the
Yep.
activity is or the dinner is, like if it's just weird and awkward the whole time, like you're just an awkward person. So I don't know. It's like weird because he wasn't always like that in
Okay.
college, but I don't know. I just, like, did not feel it. I did not. I don't know. Is there anything that a girl does that, gives you the ick? That you're like, "Oh god, I can never see this girl ever again."
Like not really having like a thing, even if it's just like a hobby. Like, hey, I'm super big into like making puzzles. Like, cool. Like that's your thing. You're really passionate about. Like, just have something passionate about yourself that you like really love. And I think that's hot. But if you're just like, oh, I don't know, I just kind of hang out, then
Ugh, a
that's it.
loser. I mean,
That's yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, just a
just a
loser.
loser.
Like just have something. So there's one. Second, I would say like overly like religious girls. Just because like that's just not my vibe.
Yeah.
Like you can have that, you can have your faith, but like I mean like overly religious to where like I've been out and about to like some banging parties and weddings with overly religious girls before, and it was so boring because they didn't want to go do anything or even have a
Ugh.
drink or go dance, and so we just sat at the table the whole time, and the music was so fire and I wanted to get up and I wanted to do my big one, but I was with her and I didn't want to leave her
Wait, I feel
alone.
like you've told me
I
about
think
this
I've
before,
told you
like,
this before. Yeah.
about, like, a wedding and, like,
Yeah.
your
Oh, the
date was just
wedding.
a total dud.
Yeah, rough. So yeah, I can't really do that. Or if you're just like, yeah, I guess like a stick like can't. I mean, you don't have to be super into drinking or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that. Like, we don't have to go get wasted all the time, but like, just
No.
have fun. Like, have the vibes,
Yeah.
have the good vibes.
Yes.
So bad vibes, and then the last one, oh, if I even feel like you're just trying to talk to me because I'm like a safe option or like a second option, because we talked about, I shared the story with
Yes.
you
Yes, yes.
yesterday, and I'll probably share that story for like another podcast episode because I
Yeah.
think that goes into some deeper stuff that would be good for us to talk about. But long story short, like there'll be times where I'll talk to girls to try to pursue them. They're like, hey, you know, maybe not feeling it or not right now. I'm like, okay, cool, no harm, no foul, go about my business. They end up getting with somebody else. That other guy ends up being a jerk or a douchebag or whatever, screws them over somehow, fumbles, and then they try to come back and be like, oh, Anthony, like maybe we should try now, or maybe the timing's right, and all the. I'm like, no, like I was there before.
Yeah.
You chose somebody else, and that's it. I think I hate, choosing somebody else over me, being second place, whatever it is, comparing me to other guys. Oh, I always say, especially when somebody has a co-parenting situation where the,
Mhm.
the the baby dad's still in the picture, or maybe they were married. I was like, you can talk to me about your experiences. I obviously want to hear about that, kind of hear what you've gone through. And usually their situation with their ex is sometimes pretty bad or pretty toxic or sometimes abusive or
Yeah.
whatever. But I was like, but please don't get with me because I'm not somebody else. Don't get with me because compared to your ex, Anthony is great. Compared to my ex, Anthony does this. Compared to my ex, Anthony blah blah blah. But it sounds nice on paper, but you're still just comparing me and thinking about another person. And
Yeah.
you're wanting to be with me because I'm not somebody else. You're not wanting to be with me because of who I am completely, if that makes sense. I hope I worded that right.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
So that kind of stuff, I'm just like, no, can't do it.
No. To like be somebody's second choice, that
Yeah.
just it should never be that. Or like a rebound or like a
Mm-hmm.
bounce back or whatever the heck it's called. Like I'm sorry, like I am just your first choice. And if you don't want me, I don't want you. Like plain
Yeah.
and simple.
Yeah.
If you don't want me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna beg you to be with me. Like I'll go find somebody who actually wants to be with me. And who knows?
Yep.
Maybe they're gonna be hotter, more successful.
Oh
Like
yeah.
all the things, like, because we deserve it,
Yep.
and
That's right.
I don't know, just we can get those things. So like if somebody makes you a second
Mm-hmm.
option, like you're
Cool.
gone, you're done.
Bye. See you later. And I'm
See ya.
really, maybe to my detriment, really good at like getting over people. Like really good at it. Like you give me a day, a good walk with my dog, a good bag of popcorn and a crappy TV show to watch. After that day, cool, I'm good. Next.
Really? Oh my God. I
Yeah.
wish I was
I'm
like
really good at
that
getting
good at
over
it. I
people.
think it depends on how long I'm like talking to or seeing somebody, honestly. Like if it's somebody that I've only been talking to for like 1 or 2 months,
Yeah.
like I'm like, okay, I could bounce back from this like in probably just a few days.
Okay.
But like if it's somebody that I'm seeing for like a long time, like it could still, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's weird. I think it depends like on the person, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair.
Just
Fair.
it depends. Is it my turn?
Yeah, all right. Yep. You got one more for me.
Oh yeah, this one's a real good one.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. I want to know your opinion, or I feel like, gosh, was this like the last episode that like hasn't been released? I don't, maybe we talked about it on that one, or maybe this was another time. I
Okay.
have no idea. But we brought up like the Netflix and chill type of thing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm kind of curious, like, what your opinion, or do you think that single parents have better sex
Mm-hmm.
because their time is limited?
Yes. And yes for me too, because I think there's something about most single parents that I know and I come across, because this is how it is for me. So I guess speak for me and speak for my experience. A lot of single parents in our situations are very busy people, very their calendars are full, their capacity for other things is all loaded up, their energy level is full. So a lot of times when that urge hits to be like, oh, I'm feeling a little feisty. I think I need to get this need met. It like hits. And so they're ready to go because they don't really have a whole lot of time to mess around. So when that urge hits and they give the call or the text or to whoever they're talking to, be like, hey, kids are with the sitter, kids are with their other spouse or the other parent, kids are at grandma, grandpa's, like, let's go. You can bet some pretty good money that you're gonna go and you're gonna have a good time and it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be good for everybody because it's something that has been building up like a fiery volcano. Or like one of those soda bottles. I shouldn't be doing this gesture when we're talking about this. One of those soda bottles you shake and it just explodes because that buildup is there. And sometimes we don't even realize, or I don't even realize that buildup's there because my brain is like dealing with so much other stuff. So I'm not sitting around thinking about sex or thinking about all this stuff, like, because I got homework and baths and bed and gymnastics. So like when it hits, it's like, oh, it's time to go. The volcano's about to blow. And so then the party happens. So to answer your question, I think so, because I think when it's time, and we're not going to waste time having bad sex because who knows when we're going to get the free time to do it again. So we're going to make sure it's A1. So that's my thought.
I'm thinking about like if you were to like do a sport and you're going to like play a game and say like you don't play the game often, or like maybe like going to work out and you don't work out often. So like when you do it, you are going to put the most effort in, you're gonna put your best foot forward, and you're gonna rock their world, honestly. Like when it only happens every so often, like you need to go all in. Or like if you're like, I only get ice cream like twice a month. I mean, that could never be me, but I'm thinking like if I only have ice cream like twice a month, you better believe that those 2 times in the month, like I'm going in, because it doesn't happen so often, and you gotta like enjoy it and savor the moment. Like I don't know, because like with hookup culture, like people just like hook up constantly and they could have somebody new all the time, like, and they could do it, multiple times throughout the week, like every single weekend, whatever. But like as a single parent, you don't really have that luxury unless you like really lined up your calendar. But I know my calendar and how busy it gets. Like it's like, all right, Monday night, I have to go work out. Tuesday night, I'm eating so-and-so for dinner. Wednesday night, I have to make sure that I go grocery shopping and vacuum the floors. Then on Thursday, I have to film for the podcast. And then Friday, I'm going to be with my family. So it's like, when can I even find the time to do that? But when I do find that one night, like,
it's good.
It's going to be happening
it's gonna be. That's what. So I guess if you happen to come across this podcast, maybe you're not a single parent, and maybe you want to pursue one, or interested in pursuing one, or you're open to pursuing one, just know that in our opinions, I guess, the sex, it's going to be really good because they don't have a lot of time. And you can rest assured, because we have kids, so you can assume that we've done this at least once or twice.
We've had the practice.
We've had some practice. We know what we like. We don't need to go in and fumble around. We're good. We're parents, so we know how to like take control and be like, okay, we're not like, this is what I like. This is what we're going to do, XYZ.
Exactly.
And so we're going to make it good for everybody. And, I'm just saying, if you want to go have the best time, get with a single parent, because you can't really beat it. You can't. I've never had any complaints whatsoever. Like not even a one. Never, not one.
No, never. I only get compliments, honestly.
Yeah. I
get compliments.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I guess I never thought about that before, but you're right. Yeah, single parents are the best lovers. You heard it here, folks.
We truly are. I see so many TikToks of like guys, like younger guys, and they're like, man, if you ever want to have a good time, like get yourself a single mom, because she's in, she's out, she knows exactly what she wants, and like.
And then maybe you'll get like a fruit snack afterwards as a little treat.
Yes, yeah, you'll have some apple juice and some fruit snacks.
You have a little post-game snack, and she'll send you on your way, and yeah, it's I like it.
Honestly, such a vibe.
All right, so your last question I'm gonna get maybe a little real. We're gonna get a little what's the word? Yeah, we're gonna get real. We're gonna get real a little bit. We're gonna slow things down, and we're gonna get real.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we're gonna think through a hypothetical. So this is actually kind of a 2-part question. The one part sets it up, and then the second part is really like where the mess can come in a little bit. So the first part of the question is, if you hadn't had your beautiful son, amazing, gorgeous little boy, if for some reason something happened, the butterfly effect happened, and you didn't end up getting pregnant that night, what do you think you would be doing in life right now? Hypothetical, perfect
Mhm.
world, take out all the boring factors like money and taxes, like just in a perfect world, what do you think you would be doing if you weren't a mom?
I think if I weren't a mom right now, like, there are just so many things that I
Hmm.
would be doing. Like, I think I would really be like, because I think about like all the things that I can't do right now. And dance was such a huge part of my life before having my son. So I think I would probably be doing something like crazy to, pursue like my dance career. Like I
Okay.
would be going to like crazy auditions, like maybe I would have moved somewhere, like I would probably be traveling a lot. I don't even think I would stay in the teaching profession because like fuck that job honestly
Okay.
and fuck the administration.
Mm,
But and not everybody feels that way, but I will say probably more than half feel like that.
yep.
But I think that's what I would be doing. Like I think like I don't know, like I had a lot of fun for sure before I got pregnant
Hmm.
with dating and whatever. And so I'm like I wonder if I would still be in that era
Hmm.
if I never had my son because like after having my son like I slowed down
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sure.
But maybe I would have like moved into the city. I have no idea to like be closer with my friends. Like
Okay.
maybe I would have experienced the city lifestyle. I would have done more things with dance. I would have traveled more. We dabbled in a little bit of like modeling or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know. There's
nice.
just a lot of things that I've always wanted to do, but
Hmm.
everything kind of, you have to accept the new life that you're going to have.
Yeah.
So those things kind of go out the door. And now I'm just like living a different dream. It's not like it's a bad dream, but
All right.
there are definitely other dreams. I don't know. Honestly, like I think it would be something to do with dance. Like
Hmm.
I'd be doing fitness. Maybe I'd be like a dance teacher. I don't know. There's just so many things that I would have loved to be able to do. And it still could be my reality one day. I don't know
Sure.
about dance because I'm getting older and stuff and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's like where I would be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a long-term relationship. That would
Okay.
be ideal.
Yeah. So then the second part, the more messy part, is
Okay.
we're all friends here. We know that you love your son and would take a bullet for him. So we know you don't have to justify anything. We know. But are there ever times where you think about slash fantasize about that reality that you just described where you're not a mom and you had the freedom to do that stuff?
I do actually think about those things all the time. And I catch myself doing it. I mean, like a lot. Like, you always think about how life could have been before having your child and like deciding to be a single parent. But I always like get guilty when I think about it because I would never change anything. I would never like go back and change a thing. But
Yeah.
I do fantasize about how, like, I could have done so much more, like, I mean, I'm still fit now, but, like, I could be even more fit, like, I could be traveling more, maybe I could even be more successful because I could put more time and energy into working, maybe I could have been starting my own business. I also had another dream of, like, it could be fun, like, dancing on a cruise ship and, like,
Yeah.
seeing the world. I think we talked about that before
Yeah, we have.
like seeing the world and dancing on a cruise ship, like that could have been really fun. And I think about how like I just would have been so good at it, or
Hmm.
I don't know, or like going out with my friends more often because I used to live like right by my best friend. Like he was 5 minutes away. I could be at his apartment in 5 minutes and we would just hang out all the time. Like all the time. Like we were just over at each other's places. We were going out. We were getting dinner. We were watching movies. Like he was playing video games as I was just laying on the floor with his cat. Like just all the things.
Yeah.
And he moved to the city, so he's far away from me now. Like I have to drive an hour to get to him. And I'm like, like I could have like lived in the city with him. Like I could have been a city girl for a year or two and then, came to the suburbs when I wanted to like settle down with a guy. Like, I don't know, so many things. Like I
Yeah.
fantasized about how I could have done so many things to like experience more and make myself even like a better version of myself. Like but I guess I grew in a different way, you know, like with
Right.
becoming a mom. So I definitely do think about that. I do get guilty when I think about it, but I don't, but it's also just a realistic thing. Like, I think all parents are like,
Oh yeah.
what if that relationship worked out? Or
Yep.
what if I decided to? I mean, like, abortion is such a touchy
Yeah.
subject, but like, what if I decided to go forth with an
Hmm.
abortion? Or what if I never met this person and I never got pregnant? Or all of those things. Like, what if I never got married with this?
Hmm.
I don't know, just all the things. Like, I'm sure you think about those things all the time.
Yeah. I think about it often because a lot of it for me is centered around the fact that with like my co-parenting setup, I am in like a town, a community that I don't know if I didn't have kids, if I would still be in. But I really don't have a choice to explore that option of moving because this is where I have to be to raise my kids because of co-parenting, and this because this
Yeah.
is where my kids' mom has to be, and we're not going to split the kids up, or I'm not going to take them away from their mom and all that stuff. So at least for like the
Right.
next 9 years or whatever till my kids get grown, like this is where I'm at. Um, and I fantasized about the fact that, man, like if I didn't have kids and I was just a free agent, then like you said, I would love to be like a cruise director, like the guy who gets you get on the
Yeah.
cruise and like this is when we're gonna dance, this is when we're playing these games, this is what we're doing. Like I would like you'll be in the dance hall and you'll be dancing on the stage and I'll be the guy getting the conga line going on the upper deck.
Yes. Oh my God, that'd be so much
Like
fun.
one day that's gonna happen. But I think about that. I think I at least think about and fantasize about the options, right? The option of like, man, if I didn't have kids, I could do whatever. I could go live on a cruise ship for 6 months. I could move to a city. I could take a certain type of job. I could pursue getting on those reality shows I always talk about in a more serious way. Like I fantasize about the options. But I think to your point, like this isn't even like a single parent thing. I think this is just an anybody thing, like married, single, like we all have those things to where we fantasize about like the what if and the grass is greener on the other side. And so I think that's just a natural human thing. But I just wanted to bring that up because I am sure there's a lot of listeners out there who could relate to fantasizing about the fact that, hey, if I didn't go down this road, things could have looked a lot different for me. And they have those feelings, but maybe like to your admission, they feel guilty about having those
Hmm.
feelings because we do love our kids. And like you said, if we had a time machine and we went back in time, I'm sure we would all pick the same circumstances that would lead us to having our kids because we love our
Right.
kids. So we're always going to choose our kids. But the guilt of like, should I even be thinking about that and fantasizing that? So like I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted our listeners to know that they're not alone in having those type of thoughts.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you're like a parent or a single parent listening to this right now, like you are definitely not alone when it
Yeah.
comes to having guilt if you fantasize about what life could have been like without children or meeting that wrong person or whatever it is. I mean, you're not alone. And also, like it's a different path, but it's not a bad one, you know? Like
Yeah.
there are just two paths and one has daisies and the other one has tulips. I don't know.
Good, good. I was wondering which flower you're gonna choose. Tulips are nice.
I was
I
gonna
like a
say
good
like
tulip.
roses, but I feel like roses are definitely better. So I'm like, we'll do the daisies and the tulips. Like I
And
feel
then
like those are
tulips.
pretty comparable. I don't know. I don't
Fair.
know enough flowers
I
to
don't
be
know. I don't
honest.
know my flowers.
I don't know. All I know is that I just really like roses. So any man out there that's listening,
Oh.
send me the roses.
Wait a minute.
Anyway.
So you just see, this is the whole point of this messy interview, because hopefully, you listener, you got to know me and Jessica at a deeper level through us answering those questions. But dudes, especially, Jessica just handed you the playbook to get with her. She said, number one, don't be awkward. Number two, if I say, hey, tonight's the night, we can go, we can get down, be ready because you're going to have some fun. And number three,
Mm-hmm.
just show up with some flowers. Like she
Yeah,
literally
come on.
step by step broke it down for you guys. So
Yeah, honestly, I really did.
what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah,
come
but I
on.
mean, well, so you too. You too. You really laid it out for them.
I hope so. I guess,
I mean,
yeah,
we both did because we both answered the same questions and we were
true,
both,
true,
talking about our icks and bad
true.
experiences, but good experiences. Like, I don't know. People just really got to know us so well. Like,
I hope
this is
so.
now a community.
Yes.
Or, I mean, it was a community before, but, we have a great community. And I'm so glad that I got to join in on this community.
Me too. Me too. Because I don't think some of these topics and conversations would have come up without you. So definitely
Yeah.
glad you're here.
Yeah. Apologize to everybody listening in advance.
Well, you know they like it. They
Oh,
they
I hope so. I don't know.
they might say they're blushing, but they listened all the way through. If they're at this point, we're like what, an hour in, they listened all the way through. They like the smut.
Oh,
We all
yeah.
like a
Okay.
little smut.
Wait. This could be like a little test. Like if somebody has actually gotten this far, I
Okay.
think you need to like comment on our most recent post on the Single Parents Podcast Instagram or TikTok, and it should be like a certain emoji, like something like that. Like what should it be? Or just like a random word. What do you think it should be, Anthony?
Let's do an eggplant, an eggplant and a rose. Eggplant and roses.
Yes, an eggplant and a rose. Like I feel like that's
Yes.
perfect.
Then
No, or
yes.
send us a DM, something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Just so we know that you're listening. I want to see how many roses I can get.
Okay. Let's see how many roses she gets, and let's see how many eggplants I get. No, I don't want eggplants. You can send me roses too if you want.
Yeah.
I'll take
Send
a
the roses
rose.
because guys deserve flowers too
That's
sometimes.
true. Yeah, we love a good flower, but we're just gonna give them to Jessica first
Yeah,
because
because
she
ladies
doesn't.
first.
Ladies first. We don't want her drying up, so we're gonna give her all
Yeah,
the
no
roses.
drying up.
All right, everybody. Well, I think that's gonna get ready to do it for this first episode of the new era of the SPP. Like, I really
Yay!
hope you guys liked it. I know it's again very different from what was going on before, but I truly believe this is gonna foster some really good community, and we're gonna have some cool conversations like this moving forward. And we're just gonna ultimately remember that we're not alone. We're all doing this thing and experiencing a lot of it together. And so we can talk about the highs and the lows and the freaky stuff and know that
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all
If
we
there's
all got this.
any topics that like you guys ever want us to talk about, if you have questions for us, we could always do a Q&A at some
Ooh,
point.
I like it.
You'd have to like send us the DMs, send us the messages because we want to make this a community where we hear from you too. It's not Anthony and I just talking to each other constantly. Like maybe
Mhm.
you're in a certain situation and you want advice on it, send us a message and we could talk about it. I mean, you can get advice here from two single parents.
That's true. That's true. I like that. All right. Well, anything else you got for us before we call it a wrap?
Yeah, I don't think so. Just the roses, the eggplants, and send us some messages. What do you want to hear?
Talk to us, people. We're here for you.
Yeah, come on.
We're your friends.
We're
We're here for you. We
friends.
got this. We got this. All right, well, everybody, if till we hear from you, this is gonna get ready to do it for this episode of the Single Parents Podcast. You got Anthony and you got Jessica. Until next times. Wait, what did she say? What is your usual outro? You
Peace
do
and
it.
blessings.
Peace and blessings. All right, let's start using that. Everybody, peace and
Yes.
blessings. There we
Peace
go.
and blessings.